Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the King Leo Show. Let's see if hang on. We have some stuff to do. We have some stuff to do. We have some new stuff, man. But let me see if the good evening, everyone. Welcome to the King Leo Show. Audio is correct. How's everyone doing tonight? Welcome to the King Leo Show. I'm your host, King Leo. We have some updates here, man. The show is gonna look pretty good tonight. It's gonna be interesting. We got some new additions to the soundboard, etc., etc. It's gonna be an interesting night. And you get a lot easier to use clips and stuff too. Finally figured out how this stream deck works. How are you guys doing? Welcome to the King Leo Show. Happy Tuesday. You can really feel the pull of the weekend. Happy in the 4-H show. Happy. Shout out Lindy, man. HASAN Piker has saved Cuba. I really, last I saw you, I was telling you that HASAN Piker was silly, that he was not following correct Marxist doctrine, to save Cuba from American imperialism, which is something on the minds of some viewers who, they support the Cuban regime, and that's fine by me. You do you. And I was like, nah, dude, there's no way interviewing people is going to bring down the Cuban government. I really thought, that's a little silly. There's no way that's going to work. Lenin didn't write about this. Have you read Lenin? No, me neither. It's just, there's no way. Come to find out today that Cuba has been liberated. The petroleum is flowing freely. Also, the Soviet Union has been restored. The Pentagon is on fire right now. It's HASAN Piker's interviews fixed the whole thing. I think he might have resurrected Stalin. It's crazy. I woke up and I said, there's no way that the DOD is literally, they've been hacked. It doesn't work. There's no power in the DOD buildings. The American military, it's like the Rapture, but for aircraft carriers. Boom, gone, over. It's over. HASAN Piker has defeated American imperialism with interviews on the streets of Cuba. I never thought I would see the day. All of these dumbasses who really thought that it was going to take a lot more than that. No, all you had to do was a couple street interviews and the Soviet Union's back. I'm hearing talks of Hoshaism on the rise in Albania. Spanish Civil War rages on once again. They're back this time. They're going to defeat Franco. I even heard that they springed Maduro out and he's running Venezuela again. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I didn't know that HASAN Piker. Shouts out to HASAN Piker. He delivered America the worst one ever. They were not ready for that. You thought the Shahi drone was scary? Wait till HASAN Piker interviews a Cuban. So we have to talk about that. We're going to talk about his little trip, and we can learn any tactics for our Marxists over here, so you can learn a little something from HASAN. All you do is criticize people. What, because he's a streamer? He just defeated the American Empire, and you're over there criticizing. Go fuck yourself. All right. How you doing, audio? How you doing, Mystery Lou? Let's get to the show, dude, because we have a lot to cover. There's a lot of stuff happening. All right, let's start with our usual. So this is real. This is real. This is actually real. This is crazy. This is the craziest thing. You are going to...
We live in hell. We live in the gutter.
This is crazy. This is the craziest. There was an Arkansas made pro-vaccine during COVID advertisement that I was like, this is the greatest thing that's ever been made. It's so good. It's the best government. This is the greatest art that government could ever produce. It's so good. You might remember a part of it. I put it on the soundboard. We're going to use it from time to time.
During the pandemic, my lifestyle drastically changed.
I don't know if you remember that gentleman over there. They had him saying that he's a hustler, that he sells things. I'm out here in these streets to get vaccinated. It was a crazy thing to watch. but I think that the Aussies might have topped America. Let's see what the Aussies have put out. I want you to keep in mind, this is to help children. This commercial is to guide parents on how to parent their children. I know you're looking at it and you're going, King Leo, there's naked people in this. Can you sit down and watch the wisdom of New Zealand for 1 second?
Hiya, I'm Sue. This is Derek. We're here because your son just looked us up online, to watch us.
Matt, darling, there's some people here to see you. So he watches you online?
Yeah, on his laptop.
iPad, PlayStation.
His phone, your phone.
Smart TV, projector.
Yeah, anyway, we usually perform for adults, but your son's just a kid. He might not know how relationships actually work. We don't even talk about consent, do we? No, we just get straight to it.
Yeah, and I'd never act like that in real life.
Nah. Hey, Maddie. You right?
Okay, Sandra, stay calm. You know what to do here. All right, Maddie. It sounds like it's time to have a talk about the difference between what you see online and real-life relationships. No judgment.
Many young Kiwis are using porn to learn about sex. Keep it real online. Get help and advice at keepitrealonline.govt.nz.
It goes on. It goes on. It's a whole ad campaign from the Aussies about all the social ills. This is crazy. This is crazy. Dude, I've told you before, I used to not give actors shit. Because actors, they're just trying to get paid. Actors are just trying to get paid. If you took part in this commercial, you should be forced to walk the treadmill for the rest of your life, like in a Dickensian novel. This is crazy, dude, because now we have, what really strikes me here is that, by the way, it's a great commercial. This is so true. This is great stuff. You should, look, when you don't clear your internet browser, if you're a youngin', and your parents catch, I don't know, you're watching real crazy, you're watching Jason Love with Adam 22's wife again. They should actually show up at your house. Jason Love should show up at your door with Adam 22's wife and talk to your mommy and daddy. That's the only way that they'll learn. I mean, look, there's this very juvenile position on the American right of like ban pornography. Pornography is bad. The liberals are trying to do something about it. They're not pie in the sky wearing crusader masks. They're telling parents that the problem with pornography isn't really prawn itself. If not, how will we learn about consent through this? How will we? And I think that that's a valid concern. Now, I'm not sure about, can you imagine? I don't know any New Zealanders. What a disgusting accent. I'm sorry we have any New Zealanders here. Imagine you're watching some adult film and you hear this come out of the lady's mouth. Like,
Hiya, I'm Sue. This is Derek.
oh yeah. Oh, it sounds like Fargo, but weird. This is crazy. The government of New Zealand is hiring jacked dudes with male pattern baldness and washed out porn. Where is it?
We live in hell. We live in the gutter.
To educate you on what your children should watch, I think that it would actually be better. I mean, at this point, right, if this is the point of the commercial, shouldn't they start producing prawn themselves? Shouldn't the New Zealand government produce or regulate it in a way that is safe for all the consumers? If you really, look, if it's unstoppable, if you can't stop the kids from watching prawn, it might be time for, in America, Mitch McConnell and AOC to do an adult film together. And with the magic of AI, we could even do it. And they could talk about consent and how beautiful it actually is in real life. Government-funded prawn would be the next step in human evolution. Could Vladimir Lenin have thought of that? Could Francisco Franco thought of that? No, only we can. That's crazy stuff, dude. How's everyone doing? Whoa, how you doing, Eves, Ephra, J Boss, and Monkey Land? Haven't seen you here, Monkey Land. How you doing? If you're new here, like, comment, and subscribe, everyone. Ephra says, there's a weird need for corporations to control through surveillance. This is simply one step to being a cattle. To being a what? We have a new one, Ephra. We have a new one. Where is it? No, not that one. You've seen that one. We have a couple new ones, man. Where is it? I mean, we have this one.
Some Gentiles are very stupid. They'll never think. They only want the beer and the alcohol and the sport and the football and the 4th of July barbecue and the beach and the tattoos and the clubs. That's all they have in mind.
It's crazy, man, but the day goes on. And I remember we talked about black fatigue. I think every Gentile, like myself, feels the goy fatigue, man. We're all fatigued of each other. But yes, it is part of being cattle. How you doing, J Boss? Happy to see you. Happy to see you, Hotep Arubu. I haven't seen you here before. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Oh, nice. Thank you, Monkey. We're going to talk about Hasan later, guys. I'm sorry. The structure of the show, for anyone that's new, is we do a couple segments, then we get to the main story, okay? Let's continue. Sorry, we have a couple people here. We have to watch this. Dude, this is crazy. The conservatives have gone crazy. They've gone wild, man. We need to watch what are the conservatives doing, man? What are the conservatives doing?
What college you guys go to?
UTC, FAU,
Sacred Heart University,
Ohio State.
Spring break 2026. What is the game plan?
Drinking, blackout with my rack out.
If my mom is watching, I'm sorry, Mom, but I've been getting pretty drunk almost every day.
Hook up with some girls, get with as many girls as we can, and not come back with an STD.
Wake out with one person each night, that's it.
So how many guys have you made out with this week?
I've been here for about 10 days, so 10.
What were their names?
I don't remember.
Name one.
Name me one. Name me one.
What is the craziest thing you've seen at spring break?
Not that crazy. I've seen people do like cocaine off of boobs. I saw a girl like black out on the street. That was pretty exciting. Sunday mimosa drag races.
Do you see that guy take his pants off in the middle of the club?
There's a lot of famous people down here.
Have you seen Johnny Belisario?
What?
Never mind.
Okay.
What is the wildest thing you've done down here?
Got with somebody the first night that I came down here.
Pole dancing.
2 days ago.
Stripping naked, getting in the water. You gotta say. What'd you do? You went something crazy.
On the strip.
Honestly. All right, on the strip.
No, when you had this.
Okay, that wasn't public, but yeah, okay, that's...
What issue facing America is the most important to you?
What bikini I'm gonna wear next? Obesity is terrible.
ICE. Not personally, I'm legal.
Getting a tan on the beach. That's the most important thing in my life right now.
I'm thinking about Starbucks, to be honest. I'm thinking about Starbucks, what I'm gonna get for today.
The elevators don't work. You got 43 floors. The elevators don't work.
I could take this little glass of water, drop it in the magnets. That's the end of the elevator.
What have you heard that Donald Trump has been doing recently?
Gulf of America. That's the last thing I kept up with.
We're going to war with Iraq.
Can you believe this? Can you believe this? We're gonna continue. Can you believe this? This is Jesse Waters' fucking show, dude. Jesse Waters' show. Dude, I think the average Fox News viewer, like my impression of them is just, at this point, the short skirts and the bleached blonde hair isn't enough. They need to goon to 18-year-olds on the beach. They need to goon. This is the Fox News viewer. Oh, yeah, I remember Reagan. He was great. They need to goon. This is conservatism in the United States. Conservatism in the United States and the world, it's an ideology of losers, is interviewing teenagers about how many partners they've had on spring break. That's what...
Whatever.
Can you believe this? Can you believe this? What are you? Dude, how can you be a conservative? How can you identify with this? Jesse Waters, the guy with the most popular late night show, is showing Americans, young Americans, the next generation, interviewing. Look, man, I love to goy out. Look, sometimes you gotta goy out. Sometimes you gotta be a goy. Sometimes you gotta do it, okay? Sometimes you gotta do it. I was watching the baseball game. You know, I watch some of the sports. I'm gonna watch the FIFA World Cup. I'm gonna go. I don't want to be recorded when I'm going out. But no. Fox News needs to show up and record you. That's what they need to show you at your goy. Dude, let's continue. This is some crazy shit, man. This is insane.
That's been crazy.
What do you do in Colombia? You got Maduro out?
I don't with Trump, but that done.
He's like trying to sue those people for making jokes about him.
600 times!
You must be happy.
I'm very happy.
The Ayatollah's dead.
What? Who? What? What is that?
Who the is Ayatollah?
I've never heard that word in my life.
Lewis, what's Ayatollah?
I haven't heard. I found out about Chuck Norris yesterday. That was more devastating to me.
He was the supreme leader of Iran.
He's dead? Oh, yeah.
We killed him.
You did? You killed him?
Johnny.
Whoa. If you were in charge, how would you take on Iran?
Yeah, all my girls and we would all start putting belts on them.
We get a bunch of girls in bikinis, we make them run across the battlefield. All the guys are distracted, we all run in.
Look at him in his eyes, I guess. Flirt with him.
I'd blow him up. I don't know enough about it, but I would probably wipe it out.
Drop a bomb, baby. Bomb the out of him.
I would bomb the out of him.
What have you heard about Venezuela?
Venezuela? Nothing.
I'm not sure.
I barely know what'll be going on in like Tennessee where I'm from.
That they beat us in the World Baseball Classic?
Have you heard anything else?
No.
Nothing. I haven't heard nothing about Venezuela.
You know, honestly, I don't know and I don't care.
Where is Venezuela?
I don't know. I'm drunk. I don't know. Venezuela? Isn't that in Spain?
No.
Go easy on the tequila.
What do you want to tell Jesse Waters? You're on his show.
That's the guy who was eating the steak, remember? It was like in front of the vegan guy?
Oh, Jesse Waters.
Do you know who I am?
I do not.
Here's Johnny.
So, conservatism is girls gone wild. That's what conservatism is, girls gone wild. That's what they're doing now. That's Fox News. You know, you thought that getting rid of Roger Ailes was going to make Fox News a little bit more mature, a little bit less frisky. No, in fact, it went the other way. What you got was the best goon material for the boomer watching Fox News. I love it. I don't know why they didn't go to a nudist beach. Why didn't they go to they should go. They should do this. This is, dude, you know who's watching this. They just picked up the remote. They're blasting the volume and they're going, these young girls, they're so silly. I can't wait to subscribe to their OnlyFans or take them out. That is the Fox News viewer. Their depravity, which I don't judge. It's fine, man. Look, some people are meant in life to serve, and some people are meant to rule. And the boomer watching Fox News is meant to rule, and you are meant to serve him. And they should bring them goon material. There should not be a conservative who is blocked from going on X videos or Pornhub that can't get his fix with Fox News. This is amazing stuff. Jesse Waters, a visionary. What a great look for white people, right? Isn't this the look that we want for white people? I'm not even white. This is a great look, right? Just capturing people at their worst moments. Great stuff. And the black guy. They have to throw in a token black guy because remember, Democrats are the real racists. Is this a good look? Is it? The whole idea is just to be like these darn kids and they're sexy pussy. That's literally that's Fox News. That's what Fox News is for. Fox News is for these damn kids, but they're pussy. That's all right. Let's continue, man. It's crazy. Sorry to get vulgar there. I wanted to show you this. This is Praxis. I'd heard of this before. This is some crazy shit, dude. Look at what the billionaires are doing now.
One of the biggest startups during the pandemic was an investor in this was let's go buy a plot of land somewhere in the world and make it like paradise. It was called Praxis.
There's 103,000 Praxians. The companies founded by Praxis members have an aggregate valuation of $452 billion. The world's first digital nation. When AI gets out of the box, as you said, the world's like filled with chaos, crime is rampant, it's madness. At that point, these guys wall themselves off, use all of their money, and defend the West. Well, now I'm in.
This is the gayest thing I've ever heard in my life. This is so gay. This is when AI takes over, we're going to listen, we're going to be a group of hard men.
I like to get a bunch of men together.
Okay.
Men that are the hardest of the hard. And I want to be with these men.
We're going to get the hardest men around. We're going to go onto an island. And I think Western civilization to these guys, it's very Greek. Greeks, you know what Greeks do. You know what Greeks actually do, right? You know, they invented homosexuality. More power to them, right? That's good. That's good. It's good that they invented that democracy, homosexuality, and Plato. That's as far as things go. What the fuck has Kosovo invented? How about that? Okay, the Greeks invented all right, but I think that when they study Western civilization, it reminds me a lot of Tucker. You know, it's like we're studying a lot of Greece. We're looking at Greece. What is Greece doing? And they're just finding an excuse to be homosexuals. And that's fine. Listen, man, I don't have a problem with you being gay, but it's just the closeting is what I'm a little confused about. That's what I'm confused about. Just say it. I want to be with my boys naked running around on the beach wearing tight leather pants that make me look like a Roman soldier. That's fine. You can just say, you don't have to make it a billionaire thing. You don't have to go through the whole rigmarole. Let's continue. I wanted to show you this, dude. Look at this. Gavin Newsom, once again, the greatest, the most handsome governor in America, tweeted this. So as you can see, that's him, and that's Christian Bale, American Psycho. We affectionately call this man American Psycho on the channel. For so many years, people have been saying that Patrick Bateman and I look alike. Now this pic has been going around all over the place. What do you think? And what I have to say here is I think that Republicans are about to lose another plank of their... Because remember, when Republicans attack Democrats, they go, look at their cities. They're full of homeless people, right? And that's a big problem. You don't want to be living amongst the homeless. Absolutely not. But with the rise of Zora Mamdani and like 20 homeless people froze to death in New York, okay, and now there is an ascendant Democrat where if I were homeless, I would be very scared right now. He posted the Patrick Bateman meme. Do you know what Patrick Bateman does in American Psycho? He is going out there and stabbing the homeless for fun. The most handsome governor in America is now embracing this as a meme, but you don't know when this meme magic turns to reality, dude. Between Zoran and Gavin, they are going to solve the homeless problem in this country, but it's not going to be with needle exchanges or what it's going to involve a little bit of murder. It's going to involve a little bit of harsh measures, because why else would he post? This is great stuff. This is our next president here. You have to salute. You have to be happy. You have to salute, man. This is the manager America needs, not the one it deserves right now. Let's continue. We can skip that for the day. I wanted to show you this because my low IQ Latinos, my Latinos like myself, we are not great with the IQ. We are not great at the standardized testing, but what we are good at is we are good at the cha-cha. You know, we're good at the cha-cha. We're good at the dancing. We're good at, well, you know what we're also good at? We're good at seeing and fixing cars and picking fruits, of course. But you know what we're also good at? We're good at seizing opportunities. When we see something that is good, we take it. We go, that's a good idea. Thank you, Mr. White Man. Thank you, African man. Thank you, Chinese man. I'm going to take that right now. I'm going to apply it immediately. And you're not going to believe what they're doing in Rio de Janeiro, man. But shout out to my Portuguese brothers with their stupid language.
Senhoras e senhores, promessa de campanha sendo cumprida. Vamos lá, semaglutida, como Ozempic, Moncauro, essas drogas novas que surgiram. Não é por motivos estéticos, nem para mim foi. Perdi 30 quilos, 32.
You guys don't speak Portuguese. The mayor of Rio de Janeiro has made a campaign promise to make Ozempic free. And he delivered the first dose. He delivered it. Look at that. Look at him delivering. This is a politician coming through. All you Americans, man, you Americans. You know, I'm American too. I love this country. But every American that is just struggling, they're just going, government can't work. It won't work. Government, your money's too long. Your car's too fast. It's not going to work. They won't let you succeed. Look at what a third world country like Brazil can do. When we apply our Latino minds to something, when we realize it's not good to have these fats around, we need to fix this problem. It's not good for us. We can move and we can move fast. Good for them. Good for them, man. You should be happy. And I hope they do this all over the world. If you're American and you're still demanding Medicare for all, you need to be put in jail. You need to, listen, man, you're too greedy. You want the cancer screening. You want the free fucking Adderall. You want surgery. You want it all free. Listen, we take what we can get. And if you can get free Ozempic, why wouldn't you get it? That's so much better. Okay, you're crying about, you know, I have pancreatic cancer and it's driving me into bankruptcy. Fuck you. Go get some Ozempic. Why are we even care? Listen, man, you can have cancer or whatever, but at the end of the day, the reality is, do you want to die skinny? Do you want to die, and to borrow a phrase from the young woman, serving cunt? Or do you want to die ugly and fat and overweight? Do you want it for your family, for that funeral expense to be greater because they have to get a big coffin? Or would you rather die looking your best, looking like Gavin Newsom? All right, so great job. Thank you, Rio. I appreciate you with a positive vision for the future. Efra says, talking about Newsom, you see his post with Putin setting a trap for Trump using McDonald's? I did not see that, Efra. I need to look that up. That's great. That's awesome. All right. Let's get to the next segment, man. Let's do it.
The people are retarded.
Boy, do I have some great stuff for you today, man. We have some great stuff. We have a Jewish gentleman for the Goyim have gone mad as well today. Do we have some great stuff, or do we have some great stuff? Firstly, I have to show you this. This is straight from OAN. What's going on here? What are they doing?
I give you this by way of example. Some pond scum felt empowered and emboldened enough to put this picture of me up to try to threaten and intimidate me, which of course he didn't do because I signed up for this.
This is so inappropriate. If you find this funny, you need to be put in a concentration camp. This isn't cool. You need to be put in a FEMA camp. This isn't funny. If you do this, this is not funny. It's not funny.
And by the way, the person that did this said a bunch of terrible things, not just against me, but against a lot of groups and individuals, who, by the way, was arrested today in Wisconsin. My point is this, though. If this person is emboldened and empowered enough or feels safe enough to do this for me, what does he do to a kid? What does he do to a Jewish family walking down the street? And that's because of the normalization of this. Watching this on television and saying, okay, I feel empowered enough that I can do this. Well, A, you can't. And B, if you think you can do it to somebody that's in law enforcement, again, what are you going to do in an alley or in a street to a Jewish family or a kid walking down the street? We say no. We're drawing the line.
This is crazy, dude. Like, this is crazy. How could they post this? How could you do the press conference and show? Why would you show this? Again, with the constant need for America to show. If they're attacking you, you can talk about it. You have to show. My question, though, is this.
I had no idea your voice is going to sound like that, Netanyahu.
What does Benjamin Netanyahu think of this? Because BB's our supervisor. You know, is this straight orders from BB? Like, what is going on here? This is inappropriate. Apparently, they arrested the young man who made this post because it goes against our speech codes in our country. I think you know, people are making a big deal out of it. They're saying, you know, like, oh, it's the end of the world. You know, you can't arrest people for posting stuff online. But it might be a good idea. It might be a good idea. You know, it might be time to start arresting people for free speech. You can feel my Spanish citizenship coming in, don't you? I just think that this is a little crude, a little bit not okay. You shouldn't be allowed to post it. I like that total Karl Popper victory, by the way. Did you see that coming? The tolerance of intolerance is not tolerable. We need to be intolerant of intolerance. Because, listen, if you're not intolerant of intolerance, then the intolerance will preach intolerance. And the tolerant will actually be taken over by the intolerant. And pretty soon you end up with a totalitarian regime. So I'm going to defer to the experts on this. You know, these are trained police officers. These are hard men, okay? Listen, police officers, they always talk to me about how hard their job is. You know, they tell me, King, you don't know, man. I have to go into a house where a man is beating his wife. And I have to break it up, and it's terrible. I have to go up to a drug addict having a crisis and take him to a shelter, hoping he won't stick me in the neck with a needle. And I would always go, you know, you're being a little baby. You're being a little bitch. You know, you're a police officer. If they had shown me that this is what they're going through, this is what the police has to put up with, I actually think we should triple the police pension payout now. This is unacceptable behavior. How could you do this to a police officer? If someone did this to me, it would feel worse than if someone stabbed me in the liver. Why would you do that? That is so disgusting. You know, this is terrible. Why? You're out. You think freedom of speech involves you hurting a police officer's feelings? What are you talking about? How you doing? I hate everything. I feel bad for Cuba. Now, I wouldn't want a bunch of people. We'll get to Cuba. Let's continue. No, we can skip this for the day. Let's look over here at our people over here, bro. Our people having a crisis. In case you didn't get the memo, the Great Replacement is real, actually. What? No way. Someone call Tucker Carlson. Ring, ring. But hang on. Let me add an addendum. It is not the blacks replacing the whites, or the Mexicans replacing the whites, or the whites replacing the Asians, or the Eskimos replacing the Canadians. It's actually the machines replacing us. But we knew this. We've seen this happen. We've already seen this. And people are starting to fight back. Let's see what happened here with this stupid little robot. I hate these robots.
Huh? Hello, what do you want? What do you want?
You want me to press the button for you? You want me to press the button for you, Mingo? Fuck you. Press it yourself. You took a human's job and you want me to press the button for you? No, hello, fuck you. Excuse you? Yeah, excuse you. I'm not pressing nothing. You press it. You sit there, you took a human's job, you take over our infrastructure, and then you want me to help you out? Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Press it yourself. Oh, that's right, you don't have fingers. You got the green light, but you can't go because you don't have the walk signal. But you don't walk, you roll. Well, that's too fucking bad. Again, it's a cold war. You can sit here all night. Tell whoever's food that is to come press the button for you. It's not my problem. What the fuck you ever done for me? Mingo's just fucking stuck. It got the green light, but it can't go because it doesn't have the walk signal. Not my problem. Not my problem.
A small act of resistance, you know, this man has done more to resist the Great Replacement, the real one, than Tucker Carlson. He has denied the robot its programmed desire. But the reality is the robot already won. It's over, dude, because the problem is that they have made these robots in this way where they look like cute little cuddly guys to most people. Because people are stupid.
I always wonder how dumb this goyim sometimes can be.
And we are now, what is it called? It's not an onomatopoeia. There's another thing in English where you give an animal, human, you're like the bear put on his tie. No, I don't know how it fucking works, dude. I'm not a literature major. I'm sorry. Whatever. They are humanizing the robot enough that you are arguing it with it as an equal. You are going, I hate you. You are evil. You know, this is but he isn't even real. He's not real. Anthropomorphize the robot. In your resistance to the robot as a cute little cuddly thing, you are immediately granting it that humanity. But it's not possible to win in this system. It's not possible. You can't do it. It's over, buddy. Listen, look, a lot of people freak out about the Great Replacement. Brother, if they want to replace me, let them make the Tesla bot. It's fine, dude. As long as they make the goon machine and the heroin free, we'll be okay. We have to. I wouldn't tell you to resist, man. It's not possible. Why even resist? It's time to give up. It's time to chill out, man. You know what I would do? You know what? The only way to resist this robot is unironically to start thinking like some Congolese pygmy living in the middle of the country that has never seen a computer. What would he do if he saw this? He would start beating it up, yelling at it, being scared. Now, of course, we that have been around computers can't really do that because then they'll sue you. But if you earnestly believe that this thing is trying to kill you, that this thing is you get scared. You use stand your ground to your advantage. I want to see the first stand your ground case where they hit a robot. And I was scared. I didn't know if the robot had a gun. You know, that's the only way that you can resist the robots taking over. But you won't because these people are smart, bro. They're smart people. They know how to make these robots in a way that they look cute enough that you're going to be doing that. You could also call them the N-word.
Say the N-word. Go on.
I hate everything. It says, watch when they start pulling out those big booty robots. Dude, it's going to be crazy. Dude, it's over. It's over. It's over. And it's okay. Speaking of over, I'm following this up because, dude, we have to watch this. I need you to look into the abyss with me a little bit here. They are using AI fruits technology to make movies, and all the movies are about cock stuff. Let's watch over here. This is getting millions of views, thousands of likes.
Mom, what the hell are you doing right now?
Baby? Hey, when did you get home? School is not supposed to be done until 3.
It is 3:15.
Okay, listen to me very carefully, Jaden. This is $300. It is yours. All of it. But you cannot tell your father what you saw in there. Not a word. That's just Mom's secret job.
I won't talk, Mom.
Kayla, you brought home another Birkin? That is the 3rd one this month. That promotion was the best thing that ever happened to us.
You know how it is, Marcus. Hard work pays off.
Bro, I need you to look at this right now. Tell me that is not your wife on Only Fruits. Where did you find this?
Bro, the whole office has seen this already. It has been circulating since this morning. Are you fucking insane? The whole office is laughing at me right now because of you. How could you have done this to us?
So what, Marcus? It is my body and my money. You liked when I paid the bills.
We have a son. What is wrong with you?
Now get out, Marcus. I want you out of my house tonight.
Are you serious right now?
Deadly serious. If you can't support me, goodbye.
This is nice. We are going to need to change some stuff, though.
Whatever you want, baby. This is your house now, too.
You want to go get you some Nike shoes after this? I will get you whatever pair you want.
For real? My dad never took me to Nike. He said they were too expensive.
Too expensive. Man, come on. Nothing is too expensive. Let's go.
Jaden, what the hell is this? Who is this man?
That is my new dad.
You do not ever take my son anywhere again. You hear me? Ah! Ah!
Who is this for? Who is this for? Listen, my producer, he sends me these things. I send him some of the things I find and we come with. So we torture each other. You should really be thankful that we're doing this, Source. We are hurting our brains. Okay, it's not easy to do this. I wouldn't watch this on my own time. Okay? Dude, I'm braver than fucking like Jocko Willing for watching this. I'm braver than David Goggins. I'm braver than Delta Force. I'm braver than General MacArthur. I'm braver than any man who ran towards a German machine gun nest during Normandy for watching this. Who is watching this? Who? Who's watching this? What? Why is it so? There is a revealed preference in that everyone's desire. I always thought that us Latinos were low IQ. You know, I thought that we were low IQ. It's not my fault. It's stupid. I don't speak English. You know, and that's why I thought that we watched telenovelas, because telenovelas are these simplistic plots that go on for 1,000 episodes of basically cuckery. It's cuckery. It's, oh, she cheated on him with him, and then he did. But it seems like Americans wanted the same thing. They just didn't want it with humans. They wanted it with fruits in AI. Who's watching this?
Why are you in our country? You need to go back.
You need to leave if you're watching this. This is the worst. This is so. What is this? What is this? Right? I guess people like cuck prawn, right? I had everything says, is this supposed to be Piers Morgan and his wife? I don't, but you know what's crazy is I would say, yeah, but Mr. Suds is white as far as we know. They made the fruit black. He starts off white here.
Whatever you want, baby. This is your house now, too.
You want to go get you some Nike shoes?
And then they make him black. They made the eggplant black. They start with him being white, and then the eggplant becomes a black guy. You know, even in his outfit here, he's wearing like, I don't know, that's like Louis Vuitton or something. No, he's like Russian in the first one, actually. He's like a Russian mobster.
Some stuff, though.
Whatever you want, baby. This is your house now, too.
You want to go get you some Nike shoes?
You want to go get you some Nike shoes? What is this? What? This isn't Mr. Sut. Dude, those porno flicks, the black stuff, it seems like that infected the minds of everyone in this country. That's what they want to watch. They want to watch that. They just don't want it to be humans. Crazy stuff, man. Ephra says, I heard Sora is going away, by the way. I saw that. The war in Iran is probably making AI less profitable, or conflict. Some say is a war, not a war yet. Yeah. You called it, Ephra. You did say that with the war. You did. Did you see that OpenAI is promising investors 16.8% guaranteed returns? That's crazy stuff, dude. Like, it's bad. Let's continue. Let's oh, I had to show you this. I had to show you this, man. I had to show you what they're doing on these damn airlines, That's enough. That's enough. People are excited about United's new program.
This is exactly what I'm talking about, the slave mentality, the slave mind.
Dude, it's like no one has, with time, I've realized that I may be one of like 20 people in the world that can think about something and the second order consequence. If we can lay down on the airplane now, if we're allowed to lay down on the airplane, then why the fuck did I have to put on my seatbelt for all those years? Why did I have to? Why was I being cocked by some stewardess from the age of 5 through this year to put on an uncomfortable seatbelt in the fucking cattle machine? In the cattle machine that is, you know, it's just transporting me in the air. Why did I have to put on my seatbelt? If we could have been laying down the... Oh, hang on, wait. Oh, I understand. It's the new plane. The new plane, if it crashes, it doesn't matter if you're laying down or sitting, right? Because this one is reinforced. No, you're still going to die. You're still going to die, quite clearly. What? How? All the comments, 50,000 likes, all the goys. Yes, dude. You have been molested for years by the airlines. They threw Dr. Dow off a plane. They split his fucking forehead and he was bleeding out. The same airline company, United, I remember that. He was bleeding out everywhere. But now that you get to lay down in the fucking fart-soaked seats of their stupid airlines, you're the first in line. Oh yeah, this is great. This is amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Why don't they take the seats out altogether is what I'm wondering now. If the plane is, if it's irrelevant, which I always knew it was, why don't we just give people sleeping bags? And I want to see when the first couple starts fucking on this plane thing. What? It's going to happen, dude. There's going to be a family next to a couple, and they're going to start fucking, and it's going to be mayhem in the skies, man. Mayhem in the skies. No, Dr. Dow, dude, that was that Chinese guy that they overbooked the plane. Shouldn't say Chinese. He was Asian. I don't know what he was. And they fucking threw him off, and he was bleeding everywhere. United did. Why don't they just give you a sleeping bag or make you sit as crisscross applesauce? And they can even have a kindergarten teacher in there, make us all like this. What is the point? What is the point? Like, what? Why even move on? Let's continue, man. Let's continue. We have more to get to. And this is the Jewish gentleman we have for the Goyim have gone insane today, dude. This is my hometown of Miami. Let's see what's going on in downtown Miami right now. So this is legal now in Florida, by the way. It's legal. You know, he's walking around with his AR-15. I think that's a kippah, right? Maybe I'm being racist or something. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to be racist. I don't mean to be racist.
Cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks.
I don't mean to cause trouble, but I think he's a Jewish gentleman. And I don't know, dude. I've never been an open carry guy. It's not my thing. But I don't think Miami has had any attacks on the Jewish people. You know what I think he's doing? I think he's looking for Myron Gaines. I think that's what he's doing. He's looking for Myron Gaines doing some street interview. That's what he's doing. He's going around. He saw the Louis Theroux interview, and he's like, I must bring me Myron Gaines right now. Bring him to me. You know, or maybe, and it would actually be kind of cool. I know you because people are too passionate. Sometimes people are too passionate. Look, I'm not commenting on whether it's fair, just, or legal. If I can become an Israeli settler in my own country, you know, if I could go settle some grounds that, like a national park, I could go settle it, then I would be very pleased with that outcome. If we could go around playing cops and robbers and start settling unclaimed Seminole land or federal land, then what's the problem with that, you know? I'm not crazy. I'm just ahead of the curve. Okay? That's what's going to happen here. I don't know. I don't know if maybe he just got back from the fucking over there and like he's still in that mindset, you know? But I'd love to go settle some federal land, you know? Shout out to Bundy, the Bundy Ranch, bro. Remember that back in the day? You know, maybe we can all... Maybe heaven is just everyone gets to be an Israeli settler. That's great stuff. I need to show you this, dude. This is crazy. And then we're gonna move on. This is crazy, bro. Look, the nostalgia for Joe Biden. This is some wild shit.
You guys remember when Joe Biden did a town hall? He went into like a Republican area, sees a guy in the crowd, and watch this interaction.
Presidential hat. Presidential seal.
He gives the presidential seal hat to this, you know, MAGA Trump supporter.
Autograph it? Oh, sure, I'll autograph it. Huh? Yeah. Remember your name?
So he asked Biden if Biden would autograph it. Biden goes, sure, I'll autograph it. The guy says, do you remember your name?
Remember my name, I'm slow.
He says, of course I remember my name, I'm slow.
You're an old part. Yeah, I know, man, I'm an old guy. And you're an old part, right?
And then the guy calls the president of the United States an old fart. Biden's response, I know, I'm an old guy.
I know you would know about that.
And then Biden says, I know you would know about that. He calls the president of the United States an old fart. He says, do you even know your name? The response? The high road from Biden? He goes, you would know something about that. That's a quick response. Say what you want about him. He shouldn't have run for a second term, all that jazz. But this is a moment that, look at the kids watching in the background. These kids, who are they going to grow up to be? Who are they going to grow up to idolize? Who are they going to learn from? Honest question. And if you guys out there can't see this the way I see it and see the problem with a leader who's stoking division in a time where he should be healing us, I don't...
He was about to cry. Did you see? Did you catch that? He's about to cry. Dude, he was about to cry. Dude, that's some real slave shit.
This is exactly what I'm talking about, the slave mentality, the slave mind.
Dude, you have to be, my name is Toby Massa. My name is Toby. Dude, that level.
I have words for you.
Puppy and old. Oh, I know. All right, I'm a young timer.
There he is.
He reminds me of the guys I grew up with. There was always one in the neighborhood. Yeah, I'm the only one. There you go, man. I need that hat.
So Biden gives him the presidential hat, an autograph hat from the president of the United States, and then Joe Biden says, I need that hat, and he takes the Trump hat, he puts it on his head. That's a fucking moment that unites us, or it should.
You want my autograph? Hell no.
I can't believe that you would do this. This is some grade A cooning, man.
Oh, coons, we wanna have fun. Oh, coons, we wanna have fun.
This is the dude. This is crazy. Cooning for Biden in the big 2026. He gave you Trump, retard. He did that. It was him. If you're so mad at Trump, he's the one who did that. Listen, he did that. You don't get World War II without World War I. He did that. He is the one responsible for it. Dude, just shucking and jiving. Just
go shuck and jive, shuck and jive, I'm gonna shuck and jive, shuck and jive, I'm gonna get on down and tap dance, I'm gonna shuck it.
Look, I don't fault anyone for shucking and jiving. We all need to shuck and jive every once in a while. But who is this for? Teary-eyed Biden nostalgia. We have reached a level of coonery in this country that is just... If we could power the country with coonery, if we could figure out a way to package the coonery into some sort of fuel, we could power the whole country. We really could. Everyone is shucking and jiving. We have Benny Johnson, the liberals, the libertarians. Don't even get me started on Dave Smith. Just cooning and cooning and cooning. Brother, we need some scientist, some brave engineer out there to figure out how we can get someone to fucking dress up as Al Jolson and the jazz singer and power this country's power grid. Because with that, we'll fucking win everything. All right, let's continue. We're done. We're done with this. We're done. Time to get to our first story. It's not HASAN yet. We have to get to TSA. Listen, I made a video about TSA today. It cost me a subscriber. Would you believe it? Bye-bye, Cindy. Bye-bye. I don't give a shit. Fuck you. You're stupid. If you are... Listen, we don't judge on this channel. We don't. Listen. If you want to shill for power, that's totally cool with me, man. That's fine. You can do that. That's very, very cool. However, if you are a slave, I am not an overseer. I am not going to be Paul Dano in 12 Years a Slave. That is not my role here. I'm not here to tell you when to jump or how high. Over here, we don't have to do the jumping the broom marriage. We don't have to get whipped. We don't have to do any of that. This is a channel for free men and women. This is for the freed men and freed women of the United States. If you support the Transportation Security Agency, you are a slave. You are the perfect slave. You are the goyest goy to ever goy. You are an embarrassment to humanity. You are a sick, twisted, disgusting freak. Where's our clip? Where's our clip?
Disgusting and gross. I mean, he should just be... I don't like ugly, stupid freaks.
If anyone ever defends the Transportation Security Agency, you can defend ICE to me. I'm fine with that. It's fine. Some people will disagree on immigration or agree. It's fine. If you defend going to the airport and having your fucking balls fondled, having your dignity stripped from you, having to go through the molestation machine, the molester machine, the machine that is there to molest you. The machine where you stand in it, excuse me, you have to put your arms up like this, like a criminal. If you defend that, you are a slave. I don't want you near me. I don't want you near this channel. You feel free to unsubscribe. I don't care. I don't care. I tolerate a lot of people in my life. However, if you defend the TSA, get the fuck... I'm not fucking with you, dude. Get the fuck out. I don't care. I didn't think this would be controversial to say in this country, but I found I've had 2 interactions, one on Twitter, one on YouTube, of people defending the TSA to me. Just the ultimate slaves, the best slaves. I'm the strongest slave on the plantation, massa. I can carry the most wood. That's what we have in this country. A percentage of this population is still like that. And I don't know how. So get out if you support the TSA. Get out, dude. Get the fuck out. All right, let's get to it. So the TSA is underfunded. Why is it underfunded? Do you really want to go through the whole rigmarole? Do you want to go? Does it even matter? Do you care? In line, do you care why it's underfunded? It's some bullshit about a continuing resolution and Chuck Schumer and some. Why would you care about why it's happening? The government is not giving money to the paid molesters we have at the airport. That's the truth. That's what's happening. Okay? That is what's happening. The government is not giving money to the people who molest you at the airport. That's the end of story. I don't care why. And normally I would be enthused by this. I would be very happy. In fact, I would even come around and say, maybe this Doge thing is working. However, like anything in this country, what actually happens is not that you don't get molested. It's not that. It's that now you have to wait 3 times as long to get molested. That's what you have to do. You have to wait 3 times as long. I don't know about you guys, dude. I don't go in the fucking scanner. I don't buy that shit. I want to go through the metal detector, but the metal detector is reserved for groups of Asian tourists and some white woman. I don't know why. I don't know why it is that way. I've asked TSA about it. They don't fucking know. And so there's these lines across the country that are just so damn long, and people are getting frustrated. So let's watch here this man over here get frustrated with TSA.
I'm not afraid to take a stand. Everybody, come take my hand. This one we'll take together. Look at the storm. Everybody, come take my hand. This one we'll take together. Through the storm. Everybody, come take my hand. This one we'll take together. Through the storm.
That is a free man singing, man. Can you believe he broke his own glasses? Watch that again.
Well, we'll take together.
No, he dropped them. I thought he threw them. No, he dropped them. He's like, fuck this.
Daddy, come take my hand. This one we'll take together. Through the storm.
He's not drunk. He's not. This is the perfect rational reaction to the state of this country. This is beautiful. This is the greatest thing. Dude, honestly, like, who are the great American heroes of rebellion, right? You have like Nat Turner, Andrew Jackson, John Brown, Malcolm X, and this fucking guy over here, man. I'll admit it, dude. I'm too much of a coward to do this. I'm still scared of the no-fly list. It seems like no one else is. This is juvenile. He must be drunk. This is what I've been wanting to do at the airport for the past 20 years of my life. I've wanted to start yelling and screaming at these people. I've wanted to sing, I'm not afraid to take a stand. You know, Eminem. Because of these people, you know, I think that, where is it? Dude, you know that during Batista in Cuba, the Batista people, they used to torture people in police stations. And one of the torture methods they used was that they would take these 2 needles here and they would hold your eyes open with the Ludovico technique type thing from the Clockwork Orange. And you would see these needles come towards your eye, you know, so that you would give people up, and they would put them into your fucking eyes, you know, and you wouldn't die. You'd get blind. Try to move your eyes or whatever. They'll fucking send it back and do it again. They're going to make you blind. And a lot of people were radicalized, but a lot of people they can't torture us. Like, they can't do that to us. that is not as bad as going through TSA. It's really not. Going through TSA, it makes me understand and even look down on the plight of Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela had an easy time in South Africa. He just had to go to jail for a little bit, all right? Oh, it's a couple decades. So what? I am getting molested at the airport. This is demeaning. This is the appropriate reaction to these animals. All right, let's continue. Because it's not just that. The people have been memeing it because, and before we get to that, actually, let's do this. It's not just TSA. There was an aeronautical accident that happened with Air Canada. Air Canada was landing a plane at JFK or LaGuardia, one of those two shithole airports in that shithole state. I love New York, but I hate being there. Sorry, I hate everything. And this stupid Canadian pilot, as they would, it had to be a Canadian pilot crashes his little Air Canada plane into one of our American fire trucks. That is like mini 9/11. It's like it's attacking American infrastructure with a plane from the Canadians. Maybe they took Mark Carney a little too seriously. Maybe they're taking the world as it is a little too hard. And the pilot and the conductors of the bus of the fucking fire truck died. Okay. And it's very sad, for them. They have hazard pay. I'm not going to cry for them, bro. You have the greatest fucking pension in the world. NY fucking FD. Yeah, you got killed on the job, I'm sure. Everyone else survived. And the reason that I know that God, Christoph, hates me is that he didn't put me on that fucking flight. Because that is the greatest. I would be completely fine because I'm built like Mark Wahlberg. If I were on those planes that day, it would have gone different. But I would have gotten out that plane completely fine, throw myself on the floor. My back! Call Morgan and Morgan, millionaire, big ups. It would have been generational money. Oh, the firefighters were fine? Okay, good to hear. This is... They didn't blame air traffic control. They really didn't blame the pilots. They didn't blame the fire truck. This is an extension, in my view, of this thing falling apart, bro. Like, it's not just the TSA. I'm sure those air traffic controllers are going through the same shit.
Truck 1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower, requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, crossing 4 at Delta.
Frontier 4195 to stop there, please. Stop, truck 1, stop. Stop, truck 1, stop. Stop, truck 1, stop. Delta 2603, go around, runway heading 2000. Jet 646. Jet 646, I see you collide with a vehicle there, just hold position. I know you can't move. The vehicles are responding to you now.
Is the runway closed?
Delta 2603, go around, runway heading 2000.
Listen, man. What did you think American decline was going to be? Vibes, papers, essays? No, dude, it looks like this. It looks like some Canadian walking into town. I have one question before we continue.
Netanyahu, what do you have to say?
What? Okay. My question is this. What did you expect? What did you think was going to happen? I don't blame. There's no one to blame here, man. There's just no one to blame. Where are you going to blame? Blame Jeffrey Epstein. That's more fair. Like, why don't you blame Jeffrey Epstein? Why don't we do that? We can, dude, there would be a lot of relief in this country if we had our Gerardian moment. And at any time something like this happened, like, millennials love Harry Potter, don't they? And instead of the man who shall not be named, we're like, God, like, instead of goddamn, we're like, God, no, it's damn Epstein. Every time, damn Epstein. And that might bring the country together. This is Jeffrey Epstein's fault, dude. It's not Trump's fault. I have this is they blame Trump. They blame Trump. All right. Let him blame him. I'm over here. I'm 20 years ahead, man. Everyone here is arguing about whether Candace is right or wrong. I'm over here telling you, doesn't matter, bro. It's all Epstein's fault, man. I go to Costco. The cottage cheese is not on sale anymore. Fucking God. Damn Epstein, man. Damn Epstein. Let's continue. So what President Trump decided to do was to supplement TSA with ICE. If you're unfamiliar, ICE is the deportation agency that's been in the news a couple of times, right? Listen, I'm a fan of some of these ICE hype edits. I'll admit it. But what the fuck does ICE know about TSA? What do they know about airport security? What do they know about airport security? What do they know? What is the point? Because, and again, this is me being able to complete the thought, unlike other people. If ICE can go from one day to the next to being TSA, then it seems like TSA is not a rigorous experience for people doing the TSAing. I guess anyone can molest people properly. Anyone can just, yeah, he feels good. So why the fuck do we have a TSA at all? Why didn't we just file it under ICE or file it under something else? Like, does no one, everyone here is pissed about one thing or the other. They took ICE into, you are that replaceable. That's how replaceable TSA is. They're not doing anything crazy. Let's watch how some users imagined this was going to go down.
Why is this taking so long? Back of the line for complaining. Dude, you need to go back and book 2 seats for yourself.
Whose fucking bag is this?
I am from Somalia.
Where are you headed to?
To Quality Learning Center.
That's just my food.
Cancel his flight. This guy's a bioweapon.
I just bought this. Can I bring it in?
Now you can.
Huh?
What in the hell are you doing?
Those are just socks.
And this is what I don't understand. It's funny, sure. This is what TSA is like. I just don't understand how Americans got so accustomed to TSA. That is the TSA experience. Maybe I've just had bad experiences with them because I opt out. This is what they do. They do this to you all the time. You're just used to it. And it's funny because it's an ICE guy. Dude, they won't let you take water through the airport. It doesn't matter if they're being cheeky about it. In fact, this ICE agent imaginary is actually better because he lets you take it through. All right. But before we get to the actual, like, seeing how it was implemented, you know, they wrote the theory. They're going to do the practice. We have to watch some grade A cooning.
Oh, coons, we want to have fun. Oh, coons, we want to have fun.
The straightest man in America, Benny Johnson. Brother, I don't fucking understand this country. I don't get this country. I don't. You are paying taxes to fund the TSA. They are not making it to the TSA agent. That's not your fucking problem. Right? That it's not your problem. But these coons like Benny, let's watch what Benny Johnson wanted to do for the TSA.
Yo, what's up, guys? We're at the Tampa airport, heading down to just go buy out the Chick-fil-A line for any TSA agent, any law enforcement agent, any ICE agents that are here. We know that it's been tough. We know you're working without pay since February, so over a month of no pay. And I can't cover everyone's salary, but we can buy everyone lunch. So that's what we're gonna do, and this is the way that we're gonna bless and say thank you to our federal law enforcement. We'll see you down there. We'll be buying fried chicken sandwiches and waffle fries for the next 2 hours. So come hit us up if you're TSA at Tampa Airport.
So Benny Johnson took a break from Tinder, sorry, from Grindr, my mistake, to buy government employees a fucking sandwich.
We live in hell. We live in the gutter.
Dude, you're paying their salary already. And I'm sure Benny Johnson's not paying for this. I'm sure some fucking grift that your money, boomer, red wind donor, is paying for this. Can he get me a sandwich? Can a Latino brother get a sandwich over here? How you doing, Buddy? Oh, Buddy, you got a baby. Congratulations. Let's do something for that. Very nice. Very nice. Keeping the TFR high. Very happy. Is your baby Mexican, Buddy Dolindo? Very cool. We have a Mexican baby. We have... take a look at these babies, and they're all Mexican. We have another Mexican baby? What? What's going on? And everything says getting molested by TSA, thumbs out. I'm getting molested by ICE, not. So, yeah, and Mystery Lou says, what about Doge? And his viewers are paying for it. This is just sick. You know, it's and 8,000 likes, you know, just this is great. You know, we're going to help out the, you already pay their salary. It's not your problem. Brother, what? It really is what I've told you before, man. People do not give stuff to people who deserve things. They give stuff to people who reflect their values. Benny Johnson probably engages in intercourse with poor homosexual black men who live in the streets, okay? Benny Johnson is probably, you know, doing some sort of like allegedly this is scripted, this part is scripted. You know, he's engaging in some sort of like Jeffrey Dahmer relationship with homeless black homosexuals. And he won't buy them a sandwich. He won't. He won't do that. But he will buy the overworked, overpaid, elective position of a TSA agent a sandwich. Benny, why don't you take care of the guys that you're banging in the back of your car? What?
You are fighting against America and you hate white people.
It's crazy. It's fucking insane, man. It's crazy. He's officially Mexican. We have a Mexican baby. It's a great day. They'll be president one day. They will restore the Morena party back to AMLOnomics. That'll be great. So, sorry guys, we gotta move on. But I'm very happy for you, buddy Dolindo. This is what ICE is doing at the airport. This is what you're paying ICE to do right now.
Anybody want a water? Cold water? These ones are cold on this side.
Very good to boy. Yeah.
Water?
How about you, Emma?
Water?
Chair?
Yep, no problem.
Thank you. This is, bro, I just, you know what's crazy is when a Soviet commissar had to clean the revolution, when they had to cleanse the revolution of Trotskyist influence, when they had to do that, they were kind enough to not get you a bottle of water before you're being molested. But here, you're supposed to be grateful because some fat agent, some fat bearded ICE agent is giving you a Kirkland 30-cent water bottle that they probably paid $100 for because it's government contracting before you get molested. That's what you should be happy about. You should say, I'm very happy with this. This is great stuff, you know? AP Garcia says, why the ad hominem? Pepe, dude, if you're gay like Benny Johnson, it's okay. Like there's nothing. I've said it a million times, and I'm being completely earnest here. It is okay to be a homosexual, Pepe. It's fine, dude. I know for us Latinos, because I see your last name is Garcia. You know, there's a stigma on being gay even now, but dude, it's okay. Like it's not gonna be hard. Like you're gonna make it out. Don't worry. You're not gonna have to live like Benny Johnson. He's choosing to live that way. You can live as an open homosexual Latino these days. Like, you're gonna be fine. That you will be fine. Don't worry. Oh, is the mic too low, Eves? Let me put it up a little bit. You guys tell me. I put it up a little bit more, Eves, but I will actually give it a little bit more gain. So, Pepe, listen, man. I'm not being I'm not being ironic here. I'm just seriously, dude. Like, if you're gay, you don't have to hide behind that. You know, Pepe Garcia. I won't tell anyone that you're gay. It's fine to be gay. Let's continue. What else is ICE doing? This is again what ICE is doing here. What is this country doing, man? Here's some more video of them. Dude, why are ICE people so chunky? Like, they're all chunky guys. They're all chunky. Look at this guy. Look at this unit over here. This guy should be in Iran right now. Why is he on the ICE force? He should be in Iran ready to throw down. This is the face when you didn't read the book for the book report. And that's they don't know what they're doing. What does ICE know? What are they doing at the airport? And Trump tweeted, he was like, "Oh, we're going to save the airports. Democrats are going to hate it because we're going to fill it with ICE." What? They don't know what to do. They're just a bunch of... Very cool. But apparently in some airports, they kind of cleaned it up. So we'll give them some credit for that.
Finally, we can take a deep breath here. The numbers have dropped off. The lines are getting shorter. I think the average wait time now is under 40 minutes. So if you have a flight to catch today, it's a good time to come to Hartsfield-Jackson International.
That's after ICE came in, and there's more proof of this, okay? ICE kind of sped it up.
Looks like this. In the couple of hours that I've been here, I've seen ICE officers patrolling, and the line has looked the same since I got here. Completely empty. So if you see wait times go down while you're traveling, you may just want to thank an ICE officer. Earlier this morning, travelers may have experienced a little bit of a wait time, but since I've been here, the lines seem to be moving fairly smooth.
Now, my question here is this. Is this young lady kind of insinuated here that ICE, I don't, listen, ICE wasn't processing people, I don't assume. So ICE was there. I saw people saying, did ICE like scare off the illegals? They're going, yeah, you know, it's good that ICE scared the illegals. And my question is this. If ICE did scare illegals, if illegals are the reason that the wait time at the airport is like 3 hours, 4 hours, where are these illegals going? What? Dude, these illegal aliens might actually be pretty cool. They might actually be... J-Boss, thank you. ICE can get trained quickly by TSA and help you out. TSA's job is not that hard. Exactly. So why does TSA exist? Exactly. I completely agree. But I don't know if they actually did the job. But I'm glad you said that because I assumed that was the case. It's pretty easy to learn to molest people at the airport. Okay. But my question is, these illegals, you know, I know some people don't like them. I know some people like them in the chat. But they actually may be kind of cool. These illegals are rich. Like they're traveling on planes across the country for what? What are they doing? Are they all getting together at the Illegal Immigrant Council or something? Is there an illegal immigrant nightclub in every city? Like, do the illegal immigrants have a fight club in every city? Are they out there getting laid in every city on the planet? Why are illegals flying that much? What's going on with the... now I really, because it's hard to, dude, I know some people who are here illegally or whatever, right? But, they don't live the lifestyle of this kind of illegal. Not in my family, okay? Stop. Hey, Leo, you're illegal Hispanic. I was born here. My family came legally. I know some people who have been here illegally. These are interesting people, the illegals, if they can just fucking, I don't know, like, are they getting pussy? Like, are they going on Tinder? And someone called Andrew Schultz about, these illegals are pretty cool. I don't know, man. It's just fucking crazy to see. It's crazy to see. And finally, I wanted to show you this. This is the reaction that I thought was most appropriate here. Yes, rest support. I agree. I didn't know that theory, but that makes a lot of sense. Thank you. If you're new here, like, comment, and subscribe, guys.
What's your message to Congress that could put an end to all of this?
It would be ideal. This isn't working for us right now.
Fire them all. Fire them all.
This is taxpayer money. What's it?
My flight leaves in 16 minutes.
16 minutes.
I got the 3 a.m.
Doesn't seem like you're making that flight. What are you going to do about it?
I don't know. Go home. Work in the yard.
Do you have anywhere to be? It's important.
Yeah,
Where are you traveling?
I had a reunion with my high school buddies. So.
And now you're forced to miss that.
Yep.
Is that frustrating? What's that?
A little bit.
Can we move the line?
Yep.
We'll walk with you so that we can keep the line moving. Good morning, everybody. What time did you come to the airport?
I got to the airport at, I don't know what time I get here, 5:30, something like that.
Wow.
All right. Completely correct. Now, I don't think that firing them is enough, I'm not going to say anymore. But, this is the only rational reaction, dude. Like, if you still have faith in, listen, a lot of people will say, look at TSA. Ever since we've had it, we haven't had another 9/11. And I would tell you, that's a good point. You're right. We haven't had another 9/11 since TSA started. Guess what? We didn't have a 9/11 in the decades before 9/11. It was one time. It was one time. It was one goddamn time, dude. It was one damn Epstein time. One time it happened, and we still have to live with this. So, I feel for this. And the crazy thing here is that this guy, a lot of people, I remember back in the day, this is for the old heads, man. Chris Christie got in a lot of trouble. He got in a lot of trouble because he shut down a bridge. I don't mean that he shut it down personally. I know he's a big guy, but he didn't shut it down with his body mass. Okay, he shut it down. And that's not good, right? This thing here is probably killing people. And honestly, they're the lucky ones because they get to exit this realm. Like, they get to finally escape the TSA molestation. There's people who probably have to get to the Mayo Clinic, the Cleveland Clinic. They're not getting there. They're not going to make it. They're not going to make it. And, I mean, we can rest in that. Like, at least they're the lucky ones. They don't have to deal with this shit. All right, let's get to fucking HASAN Piker. I've been teasing enough. I've been teasing everyone enough. Let's get to HASAN. We have to talk about Cuba at large. Let's talk about Cuba. Okay. We saw a little bit of HASAN last time. We saw him planning his trip to Cuba. Now, firstly, I have to give you some context that I was not aware of. I usually know most things about Cuba post-revolution, but I didn't know this. The reason that Cuba is fucked because it doesn't get petroleum is not just because there's no petroleum. Because if you don't get petroleum, it's over, right? It's over for you. But the reason that they're actually scared is because they run the country on gasoline. And to anyone who doesn't know about, I don't know, like fucking energy, that is so old. That is like the oldest tech in the world. You should not be running a country on gasoline. You should be running it on hydrogen. Cuba was going to build a nuclear reactor at one point. I actually know a Cuban woman who worked as an accountant on that project, but it was never finished. And Fidel Castro said that he was going to finish it with Putin. It was never built. So Cuba's running this country like you run your fucking car. So this is very, very, very dire, okay? Efra says, do you think TSA has serious overhead beyond its function? Do you think the lobbyists are influencing this? It seems to be corporations and government working together. Yeah, no, it is, Efra, because I want to get to this, but I would say, I watched my TSA video today. I didn't go into depth, but I learned this, where TSA, you know how there's this picture that they take of you, and you can choose to have it taken or not at every port of entry now? That picture, the reason they're taking it is because it's integrated into TSA and CBP. It's supposed to be this AI recognition software that recognizes when you leave and when you get to the United States. The reason they implemented that is because there's a contractor who developed the new AI tech for perfect face matching. And guess what? It doesn't work. The ACLU is suing now because not only is it like a privacy violation in some sense, but it doesn't actually work. It doesn't actually match correctly. It doesn't work. It works for white men. It does not work for women for some reason, and anyone that's not white. That's a man. So it's literally government graft. That is the whole point of TSA. TSA is just a bunch of crap. It's a testing ground. If TSA could start fucking injecting you with experimental stuff, they would do it. And you would do it. And you know what? They would line up. The guys would line up. Oh, yes, Mr. TSA agent. I'll take an experimental pancreas treatment right here if it gets me to my flight to Cabo. Yes, sir. That's what would happen because they're animals. Anyway, let's get to the story. All right. So Cuba was in a very dire position. They were not doing well. Okay. They were not doing well. But I made fun of him. I think that HASAN Piker might have saved Cuba. What? Yeah, what? Petroleum is flowing to Cuba now. I'm not kidding right now. Petroleum has arrived. In fact, they built a pipeline directly with Saudi Arabia and Iran. They are getting petroleum in ways you've never seen before. They are actually working on opening their nuclear reactor. The United States, the Pentagon, in case you didn't see today, is on fire because Cuba bombed it. The Cubans sent some planes and they bombed it. They made an announcement. They said, we're free now. You know, the whole world is free of American imperialism. They hacked into the DOD server and took it down. We don't have a super straight military anymore. Cuba is now, it beat the United States. It really worked. And you may read all of your Maoism crap, your Leninism, your Stalinism, but I think we need to start appreciating Pikerism because HASAN Piker has proven that live streaming from Cuba can change the world. I've never seen this before. Have you ever seen a communist revolution topple the American empire with streaming, with interviewing people in the street? It's crazy. It's honestly, it brings a tear to my eye, dude. I feel like Kyle Rittenhouse. I really do. Where is the clip? Where's our clip, man? Dude.
Take a deep breath, Kyle.
That's how I feel. Who knew the Soviet Union didn't do it? Yugoslavia couldn't do it. Albania couldn't do it. Romania couldn't do it. Czechoslovakia. All it took was HASAN Piker streaming, and it's the end of the American Empire. Who knew that was the? Let's watch a little bit of how he did it. All right, this was a clip that we didn't see last time. This is what he did.
And I got a fat stack on me, and it looks a lot more than it actually is because it's like small bills. That's what they told us. You should bring small bills and, you know, just give people money, right? So I came in with this shit. Okay. It looks a lot more than it actually is. I walked in with a brick. It's not actually a brick. It's not actually a brick. Don't worry. You are so lucky you got a fucking fan. I know, because he was looking at me like, he's like, bro, you're Hasan. I'm like, yeah. He's like, what the hell is that in your hand? Is that just a brick? What the fuck? And I was like, yeah, well, I'm going to Cuba, and like they're all small dollars. Like, don't worry.
Who watches this? Like, who can watch? All right, you got the idea. HASAN Piker, and we're gonna see this more because a tenet of pikerism besides streaming is flexing on third world hoes. That's what you have to do. Listen, if you want the communist revolution to succeed, you need to show up and flex on these hoes. That's what you have to do. You have to show and flex. Like that's the only way that you can really change the world. So, he's making it a little humble here, but let's see him in Cuba, okay? By the way, he took these glasses. These glasses are $1,500, okay? You have to flex on these hoes to bring a change, all right? Who knew? Let's see him here. This is him in Cuba the second day. We haven't seen any of these clips.
I was saying, tourism is the lifeline for the Cuban economy as it stands currently. The government has very limited resources, and the American government makes it illegal for Americans to stay wherever they want when they're in Cuba. They have to stay in what they've declared as 5-star hotels, right? I'm telling you all this because, like, even the 5-star hotels are not like, it's not like, it's what the American government has declared 5-star hotels. But regardless, in comparison to the situation on the island, it's prosperity pretty much. And experiencing that dichotomy has like definitely fucked me up. Definitely. Like if I were to ever, not ever, but like I hope to come back. And when I do, I'll probably not abide by the American restrictions.
So I didn't know, because perhaps I didn't read Marx correctly. I silly me, I'm fucking stupid. I'm a stupid idiot. I didn't know that the revolution would bring tourism. That was how. Listen, about the labor theory of value. About communism, one country. About dictatorship of the proletariat. But there is a chapter I checked after he said this, which deals with tourism when communism comes about. We're going to have to do tourism otherwise. Now, I will say this. This is not accurate what Hasan is saying here. And I know this because I've looked into going to Cuba. I regret not going during Obama, but you literally can't stay at the 5-star hotels. It's actually illegal for you as an American to do it because you have to stay at casa particulares, meaning private homes. So Hasan, but sometimes it takes a few eggs to crack an omelet. That's what it takes, right? Like that's just spilt milk under the bridge. Sometimes, listen, man, we all make mistakes in revolutions. We all make mistakes, and this was a mistake. Okay, let's continue. It's just a mistake. It's fine. We fight the capitalists by staying in 5-star hotels. I understand. All right, let's continue.
Cuba, and boy, do I have a show for you. Boy, do I have to tell you all about the things that have happened. My phone is basically just a non-functioning brick at this point. AT&T shut off my account because I was using too much data in Cuba for my own safety, I guess, even though I functionally have had no data in Cuba whatsoever, but we're still doing the damn thing. And I have a bunch of interviews lined up with Cuban doctors, regular Cuban folks, and we're going to talk about their energy grid. But before that, obviously, I'm going to be talking about the situation that we're.
I didn't know that Hasan was an electrical engineer, or a civil engineer, or an engineer of any kind. Because I think Hasan, he worked in computer science, which is, it's obviously relevant for a power grid. However, I do think that you need a civil engineering degree to really understand how a power grid works, especially when in a third world country that runs on gas. Now they shut off his phone. That's very unfortunate, because sometimes in the revolution, that was actually, when they shut down Hasan's phone, I thought it was over. Because that was President Trump that did that directly. That was Trump. Trump was in the bunker of the White House. And he went, "Is HASAN Piker? I heard HASAN Piker's in Cuba. We need to shut off his phone. He is going to bring them into prosperity." And he called AT&T and he said, "Shut that Turk's phone down." That's what happened. So I thought we were cooked. I thought it was the end of the line. I thought it was over. Oh, his brother's an aerospace engineer. Okay. Maybe his brother rubbed off some of that on him. Okay, that's great. But, I thought the revolution was over when that happened. But it wasn't. Don't worry. We're okay. We still got the stream. Let's continue over here. What else did you have to say?
And I hung out with the kneecap boys. We went out and drank at like a local establishment, and we have been we've just been living La Vida Loca. Honestly, we've just been living life, living large, and just peppering people with just wads of cash for the most part, with hopes that there's like a little bit of economic respite for each individual Cuban that we encounter. They're just chilling. Like, Cubans just they vibe, they chill, they just literally vibe. It don't matter. Like, it's incredible. So, yeah, there's like festivals everywhere, like all around. There's like little mini festivals that they put forward, like block parties that they do. Is Global South mindset? South Africa is the same. Yeah.
Now, HASAN is talking about him with the Irish band Kneecap handing out fat stacks to the Cuban people. And how I do have a question here. I've taken government tours before. I took it in China. And I had an understanding as I was taking the tour that they were showing me stuff that they wanted me to see. And I made friends with the tour guides, and I was able to venture off on my own, and I was able to discover that China is a beautiful place. Despite, I don't even know why they have the tour guide. I don't want to see a jade factory. I want to see how this country works, and it works very well. Now, in HASAN's case, he stuck with the tour. He was with the tour. He was with the government tour. And I guess maybe he's a revolutionary that I wasn't of that mindset, but it might be true that what you have to do is you have to stick with the tour guide. You have to stick, because some people want to see the real side of it, but some people don't. Okay. And what's fascinating here is that I didn't know that handing out money like you're some fucking gangster in a mafia movie is how we bring about the dictatorship of the proletariat. I didn't know that that's how it worked. Bring some respite. Can you think of Lenin was a man without ego, a man who only saw the revolution. He was, dude, like, I don't understand how this works, how this kind of tactic works. I really don't get it. I don't get it. Efra says, laugh all you want at HASAN and the backwardness of the Cuban regime. The situation in Iran does not get fixed. We are going to start seeing at least a third or the Cuban condition. I do agree with that, Efra. I do. Let's pray. Let's pray to Jeffrey Epstein here that they fix this Hormuz thing. Let's really pray, because it's tough. I think we can move on from this. So here, before we get to the kneecap guys, this is Christian Smalls, who I was unfamiliar with in Cuba. Okay, now you might study this picture, and with your communist brain on, you might say, what is this? I'm a little confused. Who is the communist here? Because this strikes me as a lumpen proletariat or some bourgeois materialism. There is obviously some ice on, not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains on, a grill, earrings, and probably some expensive sunglasses. This strikes me as something that is, I don't know, a little bourgeois, perhaps, maybe. However, I will remind you, I learned this. Christian Smalls is a big figure on the American left, because he, actually what he did is that he used to work at Amazon, started tweeting about how bad it was, and I'm sure it is a terrible place to work. And eventually he got AOC's attention, who retweeted him and made him into a star. And he decided to go help the Cubans. And the way he went to help the Cubans is by flexing on these hoes. You have to flex on these hoes. Dude, you don't get to be stupid about this. Okay, I see Paddy Dolindo pushing back. Why is he wearing that? Look, you haven't read Marx correctly. They know how to read it. Paddy Dolindo, you're wrong, okay? You don't understand capital, all right? In the book, he says in German, das mostem flexum on them hoes. He said it in the book. Volume 2, it's in volume 2. There's a whole chapter about it. About you bring the revolution by flexing on the hoes. You don't deserve to see this if you don't understand the implications of this. When some third world child is looking at your ICE, he becomes radicalized enough to fight the American empire. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's continue. So I wanted to show you this. So let's start with this one. Kneecap, the Irish rap group, which is fine. That's fine. Look, I like Irish people. They're cool. I've met a few of them. They're all right, you know. Fine. I don't know. They're okay. They're my Catholic brothers over there, I guess. I give them a lot of fucking leeway because these are some... How you doing, ADC? These are some poor people, the Irish. You know, they've been screwed over by the British for a long time, by the English. And so they feel something in common with the Palestinian Liberation Organization, PFLP, PLO, Cuban government. And you understand why. Now, this is pretty interesting here. Look at this. They did this because part of the revolution is actually playing music. Lovely music. It looks like a grand old time. Now, I'm surprised they didn't speak to HASAN because HASAN, as we've established, is a civil engineer of sorts. When Cuba is not having petroleum show up and they don't have any more access to petroleum, their power grid is failing. Energy becomes finite. There are no solar farms. There are no wind farms. And in order to put on a show like this, it's not a cappella, if you could hear. It has electrical instruments and all this. You need to use power to power this, right? You need to do that. And the thing is, you might think, oh, this is unnecessary. Why would they do this? They're taking power from Cubans and to do this. And I'll have you know, that did happen. I had someone in Cuba that confirmed this for me. This is actually the most expensive hospital in Havana pictured here. This is like the one that all the elites go to. Everyone on a respirator, as far as we know, on a ventilator, died during HASAN's trip. Now, the thing is this. You might think this is cruel. You know, they took power from a hospital, from ventilators, to do this. However, might I remind you of Comrade Joseph's words, does it not take a few eggs to make a milkshake? Do we not get to crack something in order to do something? You know, you in your short-sighted liberal nature are going to think that this is inappropriate. However, you don't understand that those martyrs, because that's what they are going to be remembered fondly for the revolution. Because Kneecap, I feel so condescending explaining this because I know everyone knows this, right? When you play kneecap music, you don't listen. When you play the kneecap music, you are actually causing Havana syndrome in Pete Hegseth directly. That's why you have to do it. When you play kneecap music, you are literally attacking the eardrums of people that work. That's how it works. You need to, how do you not understand this? Kneecaps music is actually as deadly, if not more, as the atomic bomb. So maybe we have to take a little bit of power from people who are on ventilators in order to ensure that the Cuban Revolution can survive. What else would you think, right? Like, what else would you think? Efra says, do you think the energy market might be manipulated? Absolutely. The magnitude and scale of the conflict in Iran does not match the price. It should be at least 120 a barrel. Efra, I think the energy markets, as well as the bond market, it's the least manipulated. But if you want to see anything real, you have to go to the bond market because WTI prices don't make sense. And the bond market, we're at 5% again, the 10-year. It's bad. You have to look at the bond market. It's the last place with any honesty in it. So I completely agree. Good question. And here's Hasan when he got back. Okay. So let's see what he had to say.
I basically landed in Cuba and spent every moment that I had. I didn't participate in a lot on any of the stuff really that the Progressive International was doing, which is why it's also like additionally funny. While they're on the one hand they're lying about like the events that took place, on the other hand they keep saying I was a principal participant of these events that took place. I wasn't. I was actually hanging out. I didn't do anything with Progressive International, even though I love those guys and they did fantastic work out there, because I locked in with Belly of the Beast, the independent news outlet in Cuba, one that I really, really leaned into. I mean, they're fucking incredible. Basically, I spent every moment just conducting interviews, like talking to regular Cubans, talking to people that are doing incredible work, and investigating like how this complex system of restrictions has actually harmed Cuban production every step of the way. Kneecap participated in one of the many daily festivals that happen during the day. Okay? That festival that they participated in had Cuban musicians that were also participating in it. It was free for all Cubans to attend, and it was overwhelmingly Cubans that were there. It blows my fucking mind that these people can be so cynical and so gross that they think that like regular everyday Cubans don't want to experience fucking joy. It blows my mind. You just don't even want to think. Like you literally can see it. You can see it in real time. You can see Cubans dancing, singing, having a good time. And you're like, oh, they must be brainwashed. Someone was claiming that they were being bribed with treats. And then I come back and I see people on the sidelines trying to do their very best to continue justifying the asphyxiation that we have implemented on this island. The people died because you morons threw a giant party and sucked up all the electricity. These are fucking Cubans, man. These are everyday Cubans having a great time.
Oh, I get it. Electrical engineering is trumped. It's kind of like during COVID when they said you could protest racism because it kills more people than COVID. I understand. Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
On a free concert that was thrown together. And it wasn't just Kneecap. It was like, Cuban artists that were also participating in it. I say you're a fucking insanely indecent person and you should really think hard about why you're repeating obvious moronic lies that MAGA is spamming on the timeline. Vicious scumbag. Star Hotel powered by generators of a local hospital goes dark. You are truly, genuinely a psychopath. Wow. This guy is one of the biggest, most troubled, most schizophrenic, vulgar demons I have ever encountered in my fucking life. And he has
Tucker Carlson here. They're demons.
The audacity to claim that he's a humanitarian and a liberal. Shame on this fucking piece of shit. Shame on you. Unfucking believable. Unfucking believable. I wasn't even in Cuba when I tweeted this, for the record. Cubans are regular people. Cubans are regular ass people. They enjoy music. They want to fucking go to a concert. They want to live their lives in spite of the fucking ridiculous blockade, right? In spite of the crippling blockade. This is the Kneecap Boys participating in a public free concert that was put together for Cuban artists, okay? And they were like, oh, we're here.
Perfect. Thank you, Hasan. I think that's enough. That's enough from Hasan. And I hope you can appreciate how a revolution works because that's so true. Like sometimes Cubans want to party even at the expense of people on ventilators. That's so true. Let's really quickly look at the Kneecap Boys, who I think we're a little bit underinformed on the history of Cuba.
The Irish people were called terrorists for so long. The Cubans were called terrorists.
I can't remember the last time Cuba invaded a country. I don't know. Have you invaded any countries, Cuba? No.
This is where I hope they were educated down there. Cuba has invaded so many countries, man. and to bring the revolution. You know, you could even spin it in a positive way if you want to. If that's your thing, you know. This is so silly. Cuba has invaded Angola, Panama, the Dominican Republic, Venezuela, Ethiopia. Where else? Where else have we gone? Bolivia, the RC. Cuba's invaded a lot of countries. And it just, brother, I don't understand what's going on with the American left. Like, this is so silly that anyone could see this and think that I think that these people think Cubans are retarded. Straight, I think that's what they think. They think that Cuban people are retarded. Because it's like they have no agency. All they can do is, you know, train doctors, I guess, but they can't do anything else. And I'm amazed. I'm amazed. Like, the ignorance on display. Here we have an actual video that came out of the flotilla. I'm not going to say Hassan because who knows if he was there. And they're throwing money at children to dance. And the Cuban says in that filming this is a lack of respect. He says, look at this man holding a cookie, making these children dance for the cookie. That's a lack of respect. Enjoying the misery of the Cuban. And, you know, you might be saying that that's fucked up or something, but I don't think it is, man. Sometimes you gotta flex on these hoes, bro. Flex on these hoes by Karl Marx. That's the only way it works. That's the only way it works, man. Like, you're stupid if you don't see it. This young man went undercover and he went and covered Cuba, the real Cuba, as he says. But no, this is fucking great, dude. Like, this is fucking amazing stuff. I'm very proud of them that they were able to defeat American imperialism. You know, sometimes you gotta hold the cookie up and make a kid dance. You gotta do that, dude. Like, you don't have the stomach. You don't have the guts. Where is it? Where's our clip? I move these all around.
You don't have the guts to be what you want to be.
You don't
have the guts to be what you want to be.
You don't have the guts to run a revolution unless you're willing to throw a concert that literally murders people, and can hold a cookie up to a child and say, "Dance for me, kid. Dance for me, monkey." You know, if you can't do that, then you might not be Vladimir Lenin. You might actually not be that. And that's, you know, I don't know, man. I was really impressed with this. I was very happy for them, you know, and I think that it's great. We missed so many stories. We had so much to get into. For the moment of Zen today, I still have to make the title card for that. I think what we're going to do is, this was supposed to be a story, but it's too long to be a story. I was going to talk about Dave Smith, man. Imagine that. I had to show you this video. This is our moment of Zen here that Bernie Sanders released. Are the Bernie fans here? Are the Bernie fans having a grand old time? You're going to love this, Bernie fans. You're going to love this. This is insane. Hey, do you know what this is? Have you seen this? Why am I teasing you? Let's just watch it, bro. Let's see what Bernie put out. Let's see what Bernie Sanders has put out.
Claude, this is Senator Bernie Sanders. I have been taking a hard look at how AI impacts American society in terms of economics and job loss, in terms of the mental health of our kids, in terms of what it will do to the political process. What I want to talk to you about is another issue, and that is the impact of AI on privacy. I want to know, among other things, just how much of the information that AI collects is being used, and what would surprise the American people in terms of knowing how that information is collected?
Yeah, that's the thing that would probably shock most Americans. Companies are collecting data from everywhere. Your browsing history, your location, what you buy, what you search for, even how long you pause on a web page. Then they're feeding all of that into AI systems that create incredibly detailed profiles about you. What would surprise people is how little they actually consented to and how little they understand about it. Most people click agree on terms of service without reading them, and they have no idea that their data is being combined with thousands of other data points to build a picture of who they are. And then that AI uses those profiles to decide.
This is the most embarrassing thing I've seen in my life. This goes on for 9 minutes. This is so embarrassing. This is old man yells at cloud level shit, but now it's old man yells at Claude. This is ridiculous. Honestly, man. Like, this is posted on Bernie Sanders' channel. He must have had the fanciful idea, or one of his staffers. They shot this. They thought it looked good. They uploaded it, and then they waited to see what it looked like, and they hit publish. And all of the slaves, because this has 151,000 likes.
This is exactly what I'm talking about, the slave mentality, the slave mind.
Liking this video, you are scum. You are the goyest goy of all the goys, bro. Like, for real. The senator from Vermont is an old man for worms for brains who's yelling at the AI like your parents would yell at Fox News or CNN about how he's right or Claude is wrong. Can I ask what the next logical leap here is for me? Because for me, it's this. It's, if we can do this, then why aren't they AI in themselves? Why don't we just have AI Bernie Sanders? It'll save us a ton of money. We could have an AI Bernie Sanders debate an AI Paul Ryan at the Congress. It would be a lot cheaper than this. This is so much, dude, if you find this to be moving or, I don't know, cool, or you are an animal. Dude, you're seriously an animal. And the comments, here are the comments. It's so unusual to see a senator ask a question and get a straight answer back. I thought Claude was going to hit him with the, I'm sorry, Senator, I can't let you do that. Claude hit him with absolutely right. I was being naive, Senator, followed by a long pause. He went from old man yells at Claude. Someone finally said it, to old man has rational conversation with Claude. You are, let's fucking play the new clip, dude. Where is it?
Some Gentiles are very stupid. They'll never think. They only want the beer and the alcohol and the sport and the football and the 4th of July barbecue and the beach and the tattoos and the clubs. That's all they have in mind.
You are like an animal, dude. You are ready for Javier Bardem from No Country for Old Men to come to you with the cattle prod and take you out. You are an embarrassment to, you are the reason that we should have the Great Replacement. If you like this, you should be replaced actually by a machine. You should be replaced by a machine if you liked this video. 151,000 people need to be replaced by machines. These people, or we could harvest their organs or something for fucking, I don't know, medical transplants. You are too stupid to live. You're looking at an old man yell at the AI and think that you really did something. Like I am fascinated by this, man. What is the bright side of this is that one day we will replace these senators, and hopefully soon, and all of these people with AIs that will argue with each other, because he has just put himself at the level of Claude. So now we can have Senator Bernie Sanders brought to you by Claude and save a ton of money. That might be the best thing that comes out of this. But if you are liking this video, if you are finding this video to be, the title is Bernie versus Claude. You deserve to be used as Soylent Green, as fucking power. We should send you to Cuba to go power their electric grid with your hands.
You fat, you stink, and you in my country. I'm the top. You can't live in your own country. You're a monkey in your country.
That's how I feel about you. If you like this, and you are literally a monkey. You are a monkey that you are impressed by the big computer. Dude, you are literally a monkey. Like straight up, the senator. He proved the AI wrong. Oh, and you're telling me that it wasn't cooler when Charles Sumner was getting caned? That was at least cool, dude, when the senators were hitting each other. That if Bernie Sanders took a cane and beat the shit out of this phone, it would be cooler than this.
We live in hell. We live in the gutter.
This is end stage, not capitalism, bro. Like, this is the end stage of the human brain. It's over. It's over. How you doing, CCTV? I didn't see you here. Are you new here? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But all right, guys, I think that's enough. We saw how HASAN Piker saved Cuba. I'm glad to announce that the yoke of American imperialism has been crushed. I don't know how they hacked all those F-35s, man, but I guess they did it. I hope that if you have a flight, you get molested with ease and you enjoy it. One of my favorite things to do is like because I opt out when the TSA guy's like feeling me up. I'm like, a little harder there, daddy. Like you say that, they love it. They're like, oh, of course, they're like, oh yeah, do it a little slower for me. You gotta do that with them. So, I hope that if you do get molested, if you have to fly, you get molested and you enjoy it at least, man. You can enjoy getting molested, I think of it as a massage, it's just getting molested by the TSA agent. I love it. It's my favorite part of being. I think we should triple TSA's budget. Actually, we should do that, and we should train them a little bit more on the pat down so that there's a little massage included in it. I wasn't thinking big enough. I'm wrong. We should triple the TSA budget and hire masseuses. Maybe they can even like hire happy ending, like that. I mean, that would solve the immigration problem, right? Like all those illegal fucking brothels we have everywhere. You hire all those Asian ladies at TSA and they give you like a happy ending, that because they'll be real thorough with you after they fucking strip you. Dude, if they're giving you a hand job at TSA, then you're not gonna mind getting molested. The problem is they're not going all the way. You have to give the person a hand job in order for it to work. You know what I mean? If they said at TSA, you'll get a hand job by the end of this. And for the ladies, I don't know, they'll eat you out, or I don't know what woman's happy ending is or whatever, but I think people are going to be very happy. So, maybe if we triple the budget, it'll get better. All right, everyone. I got to reread this chat, man. I'm excited to see what you guys had to say. Check out the new video. Go hype it. Go, Filipino stewardess. It's only mine. Epstein occupied TSA, and Diddy Diddy, if they bring you, listen, you walk to the airport, you get to the front of the TSA, and you're like, brother, I don't want to do the machine, and you're like, boy, do we have news for you. For the added fee of $59, you're gonna get covered in baby oil, and you're gonna get on that flight real satisfied. You'll pay the $59. You won't even mind giving them more money. That's all they have to offer you. That's it. Take your pants off, take your shirt off, you do your thing, they check your clothes while you're doing that. It's perfect. Perfect. Thank you, Monkey. I appreciate that. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate everyone here that's new. I will see you guys tomorrow for the stream. Check out the new video, like, comment, and subscribe, hype it, do whatever you want. I appreciate everyone, and I will see you guys then.
Change the world. My final message. Goodbye. Change the world. My final message. Goodbye. Change the world.